Hello Gay Talk Show, Houston's hot mess of a podcast. A funny but thoughtful look at the LGBTQIA plus community.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joel Tatum, and it's a beautiful day out.
Hello, I'm Julio Briseño, and I like a good bottom.
That's all he's been talking about, y'all. Welcome to Houston's Hot Mess of a Podcast. We are having a good time today.
Hell yeah, we are.
We have been
testing and developing new ideas for the show.
New equipment, new ideas, that kind of stuff. So Julio's just been super excited.
Fuck yeah.
You know, I mean, just running around, putting things up.
All I'm going to say is if moving forward, y'all notice like different backdrops and shit, just know we're stepping it up. Period.
Well, now, for the podcast, you're not going to be able to see any of that stuff. But, you know.
Right. That's true. On YouTube.
But you can, like I said, you can catch us on YouTube.
Okay. Honestly, please and thank you. Follow, watch, like, subscribe, click. What did they say on the YouTube videos? Hit the notification bell button.
Hit the notification. Don't forget to subscribe. Blah,
That
blah, blah,
part,
blah, blah.
period.
But, you know, but for the podcast, you know, we still love the podcast.
We do.
We still are a podcast. So don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, podcast.
That's
audience.
our base. That's the home. That's where it's at.
Yes, don't worry. It's still a normal podcast.
We just want to give people the option to see us on video as well.
Exactly. We'll probably. You know what? You know what, Julio? I'm thinking I want to set up an OnlyFans for the show.
Do you, boo? I support it. I understand your entrepreneurship and the business level that you're at and the fantasy you want to live in. And
now, I mean,
what?
Because it just occurred to me about OnlyFans.
You could have been a millionaire by now, and little do you know.
Yeah, it's not just porn. We can actually just do the show partially on OnlyFans with some little extra
People
stuff.
actually want to pay to watch something that's not porn on OnlyFans?
Yes,
They do?
Yes, they do.
Why?
Yes.
Who are you people? Who hurt you people?
Before the summer of 2020, there were cooking shows.
That's true.
There were hobby shows.
Originally, it was created for those platforms.
And it's still there.
But the porn industry came and said, nah, fam.
Yeah.
We taking over.
But thanks to the porn industry, you know.
It is what it is now. And we're thriving, and we're succeeding, and we're excelling, and we're at the peak.
So, I was talking to another podcaster, and he's like, it's the same thing as Patreon. Why not just do that?
That's true.
And I'm like, you're right.
Light bulb moment.
It is the same thing as Patreon. So
That part.
why not? Why not? I'm wearing for the podcast.
Can you please describe what you're wearing to the people?
I am wearing a blue shirt with a zipper in the middle. It's a cute shirt.
He's feeling his oats today.
And I'm like, you know what? I had it zipped all the way up to the neck.
Girl.
Which made me feel like a priest. And I'm like, I'm not a priest. So I just zipped it down a little bit, and then a little bit further, and then a little bit further.
It got creepy. It got weird.
And it's got some...
It's not even sexy. It's just...
some little curly hairs.
Some.
Oh, a lot. I'm a hairy dude. This is about body positivity, baby. I don't mind showing it off. This is what I got.
Yeah, but the way you're coming off is real negative, and what we're not going to do for YouTube is show that off.
But that's fine. You already showing it off. The zipper did not go back up. In fact, I think it went a little further down.
The zipper lives.
It's slightly above the navel.
At this point, I want to go back to your original outfit option. He had an outfit on, and I was just like, you're wearing that?
I know. He's like...
And he's like, what's wrong with it?
Just like a wife. I mean, my God. Just like a married person. Is that what you're going to wear? We're going out. Is that what you're going to wear?
She is so comfortable with y'all. At this point, I'm just going to let her wear what she wants.
You know what?
And please come through with the roasting. Please come through with the comments, the audacity comments, the...
Oh, no. By that time, because it'll be like, you know what, Julio? Okay, you know what? I'm tired of your critiques. I have some money in my pocket. We going shopping.
Period.
You tell me what I need to wear.
I told you many a times. Take me shopping with you. Please let me know. I will help you be styled to the gods. I will bring you into 2021 and leave you back at 1986 where you were at originally.
You know, because originally, as just a podcast. You know, I can literally sit here in a T-shirt and underwear.
You're a big girl now. You're still wearing your skinny clothes, and it's not the same vibe. It's not, the aesthetic is not there.
okay,
you may feel like a skinny girl, but on the outside you don't look like a skinny girl. And so the way your life is set up right now, I'm gonna need you to not come through with these kind of looks.
Okay, but boo, let me tell you something right now.
Spill it.
I'm not gonna be big girl who can only wear 3 things. I'm gonna be big girl who can wear 90 things, and I'm gonna wear all 90 of them. And I don't care what people say, because I already know how the gay community is. Anyway, they gonna judge me to filth no matter what I wear. I can be looking fantastic, and some bitch will walk up and go,
yeah, but
I can't
your definition of fantastic versus my definition of fantastic are two different things.
Yes.
And we need to clarify. We need to let the people know.
Well, let's put some clarification on this. I'm a little bit older. I'm a little bit wiser. And I've realized something.
And your clothing reflects that.
No matter what.
Your clothes reflect that about you.
Yes, I know. But no matter what I wear, somebody's always going to be judging. So why not have a little fun with it? Why not do what, do you.
Do you.
Do you, boo.
Accept your body.
Accept your body. Accept the curves and the swerves.
Right.
And the muffins and the cakes. And all the and the sausages and all the stuff that goes with it.
What bakery are you going to, girl? Bitch,
girl, I looked at the mirror. I mean, I'm an all around bakery going on.
At your
I
level,
got some muffins.
At your level, I wouldn't even own a mirror.
Girl,
I wouldn't want to see my reflection if I was you.
Girl, no.
The people's like, she's ruthless.
Girl, no. The beautiful thing is that at my age, the cakes still look fresh. They still look fresh.
They droop a little, but they fresh.
They still fresh. Okay.
Drooping fresh.
Okay. And, I'm still rocking the dad bod, getting close to the grandpa bod, but still rocking the dad bod.
Right.
So I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
I'm loving this journey that you're on right now.
I'm on this journey.
I love it.
I'm on this journey.
I love where you're going. I love where you're seeing yourself. I love that you're projecting into the universe and that you're trying to get back in return what you're not putting in, which is cute. Are you trying to manifest? Is this what you're doing?
I'm on this Star Trek Discovery thing.
Okay, live long and prosper.
With a little bit with a lot of Picard mixed in. With a lot of Picard mixed in. So, I'm on that journey.
At least he looked good in his clothes.
Yes, and that's fine. But he had to go through a lot of changes. Let me tell you something. Let's get real.
Break it down for me, babe.
Let's get real.
Just let me have it.
2 minutes. Every stage in life,
right?
Looks change, attitudes change, that kind of thing. So you kind of want to have the looks and the attitude at the time where you're at right now,
right?
To kind of reflect that. And I'm still on this journey of trying to experiment with things.
So what does your look reflect? Enlighten me.
It's, right now, I think it's old gay nerd.
Stuck in the 80s?
Stuck in the...
late 90s?
Early 2s? Maybe early 2s?
Not the early 2s.
Maybe early 2s.
I'm gonna start
late
calling
90s,
it that moving forward. The
early
2s.
The early 2s.
What era are you from? The early 2s.
Well, the sad thing is that both of us we're still we still have 19 in front of our birth.
That's true, bitch. It blew my mind. Yeah, all these 90s babies and all these 2000s, all these early 2s babies. When they start telling their age, I'm like, damn, we're at that point now. Like, y'all are now the new 20-somethings and the new 30-somethings. Like, girl, that shit. I'm at that point. I'm 35, so like when I hear like, I was born in 91. How old are you? 30. And I'm like, oh shit, like.
Well, you know what, Julio? You are
I'm an awesome badass bitch. Go ahead, keep going.
You're a pretty snazzy dresser.
I mean, tell me more about myself.
But don't you think that your looks have changed from 25 to 35?
Yes, they got more refined. I know specifically what I like. I'm more pickier with my outfit. I've always been very picky about what I wear, what I don't wear, and that came for me personally. That shit came from like high school times, because during my high school times, let's just say my family and I weren't financially there, so a bitch had to get creative with what she got or had.
Bitch lived in the hood
until she got her first job at 16, and then when she got her first job, bitch, she was dripping up and down with Tommy Hilfiger. I would show up to school looking like that dumb raggedy ass bitch, top to head. Tommy Hilfiger because I made that money with my first job, and I bought my first real outfit by myself, and I was living my best life. I never forget. I was on a Tommy Hilfiger wave for the longest.
I can tell you what, my first job was a commission job, and I worked at a place that sold suits.
What bathhouse was this?
This was not a bathhouse.
Oh,
but
what sex store was it?
It no longer exists. I'm not even going to go into it because it no longer exists.
Wow.
All I know is that I think I made more than my parents at one point.
Oh,
and
they didn't like that. I bet
they were not happy about that. I was 18.
Out. Yes.
And I had the style.
Ooh.
I mean, I was at the time. Now this is at the time. I was all about the turtlenecks, the cashmere.
Yes.
I was about the sweaters. And I'm talking about button down.
If I time travel one of these days, like I'm gonna meet you at one point, just early you, just young you, and be like, "Hey, bitch, it's me. You're gonna hate me in the future, but here I am. I just want to see what you look like. You still look like shit. Bye."
And the hats, because I'm looking at Julio's hat, and
I love me a good fedora.
And
nice
I
hat.
was a fedora.
Yeah?
I was all about the fedoras.
What?
Fedoras, bowlers.
Where is this girl?
I was fedoras. I was bowlers. I was all kinds of hats.
Where is she?
Where
did she go?
With my London Fog coats.
Okay. You mean you were stylish at one point?
I was stylish. I was Matrix stylish. That's how stylish I was.
Can you hear the gasp, the exaggerated gasp?
But as I got a little older and
more refined.
No, less refined.
Less fashionable.
Less refined, less fashionable. Discovered certain parts of me that I loved and certain parts of me that I didn't.
Yeah.
Was starting to discover.
So once you became a bottom, what changed after that? Like, where was your journey?
Once I started off as a bottom. Where
did your journey take you, Joel?
Once I started off as a bottom and realized that I was 20-something years old and I really didn't have to put effort into it. Because I'm 27 years old. Why do I have to put effort into it?
Period. She didn't even eat most of the days.
Half the time.
She was ready to go.
Girl, I could walk down the street in a paper sack and there would be 15 cars.
Period. Honking.
Honking.
Beep, beep. Come here, mama. You're that girl.
You remember what that was like.
You're that girl.
You were a young twink yourself.
I was never a twink. I never was.
You were never a twink?
I was just always this curvy bitch. Living my best curvy life.
Oh my God! Were you a curvy? Because I was skinny as
I've always been like just thick, if you will, but not big, fat, or small. Like I was always just been thick, always.
Because the only curves I had
thick,
were
THICC. Thick.
The only curves I had were these lips. That was the only curves I had on my entire body. I was like just a pencil.
Them dick sucking lips.
Yes, exactly. The DSLs, as they called them back in the day. And I still think do they still call them DSLs?
They do. Yeah, they do.
Because I feel like that, some things that piss me off right now. When I was growing up, everybody made fun of my lips. I got all kinds of names for my lips and everything else. And as I got a little older and realized that now coming out in the gay community,
those are a benefit. Those are a plus.
Men will walk up to me and go, "You have the prettiest lips," and I'm like,
I mean, big lips do suck the best dick. I'm just throwing that out there.
God. I'm like, oh my God,
that out there.
Where are you coming from? Blah blah blah. Blah. I hate my lips and blah blah. And now all these bitches running around, all these white bitches running around here putting shit in their lips, trying to make them as big as mine, if not bigger. Right now, 2021, there's white girls. I love your lips. You have the best lips, and I'm like, really?
Wow.
I'm like, wow. This is so ironic because
this took a turn.
No one liked my lips when I was growing up.
We accept you for who you are, Joel. We accept you where you've come from to where you are now and where your journey is taking you.
I know.
And where your fantasy starts and ends. We're going to be there with you every step of the way.
I feel like you have cocktails just to make fun of me.
I do.
You have to get some liquid courage in you so you can make fun of me.
No, I still roast you. I still roast you when I'm sober. I mean, have you met me?
I know.
If my friends will say I can be a shady bitch at times. Like, bitch,
you are shady.
I just love it.
You are so shady. And you know what? I have so much fun with it. You would think that I would be like, I would have been like, okay, Julio.
It's like sarcastic, smart ass shade, and it's like to a point where you're like, oh, fuck you, bitch. Like, why'd you say that? It's like,
I think past me would have been like, okay, this is not going to work. I don't like you making fun of me all the time.
Oh, Lord.
So
my insensitive ass, I'm like, well, girl, this
3 shows and you're done. But now it's like, okay, it's cute. It's cute.
That part.
It's
Joe,
cute.
what'd you do this week? What's going on? What's happening?
Okay,
this
I can
week?
tell you in the last 3. What are we? This is Wednesday, right?
It is, yes.
So,
we always record on Wednesdays.
You know, sometimes I lose track of time because
it happens.
Sunday nights. My Sunday nights.
I set up alarms on my phone just to remind me of certain times, certain dates, just because I will be like, I just stop keeping track. Keeping track of time, days, weeks. Like, I'm just like, sometimes I've even asked, like, what year is this?
But Sunday nights, you know, I work the brunch, which is exhausting.
Yes.
You are exhausted at the end of brunch. And for all you queens out there, especially the drag queens out there working Sunday brunch, girl, I know that when you take that wig off, you are done for the day.
To be honest.
That is
mad respect for those girls because they had to work and dance with a full face on, with wigs, costumes, and they're sweating their ass off in there.
And you know, I'm bitching because I had to wait tables and everything else, but they had to do all that stuff.
A whole performance, a whole show, take pictures.
For a bunch of girls who are like, maybe it's their bachelorette party.
And a lot of people look at the queens and be like, that's so easy to do. Like, what's your big deal? What's the deal? And you're like, until you've done it, don't even talk about it, girl. Like, you're not that girl.
And by the way, these queens have to get up super early in the morning.
They do. A lot of them.
They have to do prep work.
Yes.
They have to do all that stuff.
A lot of them get their face ready before they even show up.
Yeah,
that way they can save themselves time. They can drive to where they need to go. They don't get dressed till they actually get to the venue. I've seen queens walk in and out with suitcases all the time. As a bartender, I've seen them go in and out, and I already know. Some show up doing their face at the show, and some show up with their face ready. So you can tell who the pros and the rookies are, and I'm like, I see where you're going with this.
And by the way, they also have to deal with the fact that they have to deal with other queens who might be a little shady early in the morning.
Girl, they're shady all the time. Bitch, you should see their Facebook threads, their Twitter threads, y'all queens really go at it with each other.
At 7 o'clock in the morning, girl.
Some of y'all do it more than others. You know who you are out there. Some are loved and hated because of it. Some don't even get booked.
I know. But at 7 o'clock in the morning, you think I want to come in and listen to shade while I'm trying to get ready for a show and get everything ready?
They're the first ones to read you. Queens. If you thought I was bad, girl, try being around drag queens. They come quick with it. Their shade is lethal. And you're like,
and, you know, being around, you know, when Charlotte was here, you know, being around her.
I saw him the other day.
Yes.
Charlotte, I saw him the other day at Poppy's.
So, you know, when I had to go help her with some of the shows sometimes and everything else.
Yeah.
Seeing that backstage stuff, I mean, these girls are...
I love being backstage. I love being backstage with the queens. Like, I love hanging out with them, talking shit, seeing them get ready, and then just being themselves. Like, it's a whole different vibe when they're behind the scenes and when they're in front of the scene.
You know what I love about it, though? I'll have a cocktail in my hand, and if two of these bitches are mad at each other and they decide to go at it, I just sit back and go...
Period. I love going to the Monday night shows at Poppy's. Luna, the Lily has the Basura show.
Yes.
And, bitch, I love that show. I love showing up to there, watching her. Watching her and Annalie Naylor. Like, they just have the best, like, dynamic gather. They banter back and forth. They have fun with their show. Like, they have that carefree energy, but it's still, like, organized. They still put on a show for you. Their banter back and forth. Like, I laugh. Like, it's just genuine fun in that show. And that show has grown, by the way.
Yes.
That show, she started that show, and some of the promo that she does leading up to the show, killer every single time. She does little skits and little videos every single week, like video skits, and like they deliver. They make us laugh. They make fun of themselves, which is more important. Like, they don't take themselves serious. That's the energy.
That's the energy.
They don't take themselves serious. That's what I've been trying to describe for a while now. And so, even in their promos, and they don't take themselves serious, but at the same time they do. But you can tell they just have fun with it. Like, it is what it is. Luna, she'll boom you guys. Like, she'll be like, instead of applauses, boom me, and everybody's like, boo. And bitch, we live for it. I'm there with it. Bitch, I love that show.
I know, but Houston nightlife, gay nightlife has improved, I think.
Yes, it has.
In 2020, 2021, I'm telling you, if you want to see a show, I mean, there's bars, there's restaurants, there's all kinds of places.
It's got to a point, though, now, every time, like, especially in Montrose, when you go to Montrose now, you just have to bring dollars.
Yeah, just bring dollars.
Because there's a drag show everywhere. It's got to a point where people are just used to seeing a drag show at almost every bar they go to.
If you don't see a drag show in Montrose, something is wrong.
Yeah, and then people question it, like, "Why is there a show tonight?" No, not tonight, but why? I don't get it. And I was like, oh, especially like where I work at, I work at JR, so we don't have one on Friday and Saturday nights. And people are like, "Is there a drag show tonight?" And I'm like, "No, not tonight, babe, but they have karaoke on the other side." Why is there not a drag show? I don't get it. It's a weekend. And I was like, you're right, girl. I'm not mad at it. Like, you're right.
But, you know, the drag queens, here's what I love about the fact that they were not on Saturdays and Sunday nights sometimes. It's the fact that it gives the patrons some time to
break.
It gives them a break. And it gives them some time to just enjoy themselves and do that kind of thing. Because I think Monday through Friday, the queens bring in the stuff. The drag queens, they do bring in the crowd.
Yes, they do.
And
some queens have more of a following than others. And that's
exactly.
But they worked for it. They earned it.
I mean, because honestly, a Monday night, you and your friends want to go out on a Monday night, and you're like, where do you go on a Monday night?
That part.
What do you do on a Monday night? You go to a bar that has drag and has fabulous drag. There's something going on, whether it's a comedy show, whether it's a lot of trivia nights, whether it's whatever is going on. It's a fun night, and you will have a fun night on a Monday night or a Tuesday night, on nights that you would never think.
And there's things to do. Houston's one of those cities where, like, you can party 24/7 if you wanted to. You can party every day of the week if you really wanted to.
And because we're not East Coast where everybody parties till 4 or 5 in the morning, Houston had, I think Houston and Houston, Dallas,
we have
San Antonio.
some after hours that people go to. Yeah. We do. Viviana's is like the number one Montrose popular favorite after hours. People just show up there regardless.
I love Viviana's.
I haven't been there forever.
I love Viviana's.
I used to go a lot back in the day. Now I barely go. Once it's after 2, I'm like, I'm ready to go home.
There's nothing like, and let me describe it.
And not to speak about Viviana specifically, but just in general, my opinion about after hours. That's what people go to, like, wind down from their night in the neighborhood, and that's where they go to, like, come down for whatever they're on. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But for me, it's if I want a night where I'm looking at Latin men in tight Wranglers,
girl,
just doing their thing. Coming in, or I get it's as an African American man, I get the same things when I go to black bars too. Get a little bit of the cowboy, a little bit of the thug, a little bit of the sophisticate. It's fun.
My best friend, one of my best friends, loves him he just loves him a thug, straight up. And you can put a fine ass man in, he's like, it's whatever. You put a thug in front of him, he's like, oh my God, girl.
I love I love the language. I do too. I love the language. Whether
I understand you or not, I love the language.
I love the language. I love the swagger.
Okay.
And that cockiness.
Yeah.
It's sexy. And the funny thing is, even when you get the swagger and the cockiness and they turn out to be a bottom, and you're like, damn it. But goddamn, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to have a good time because, I'm going to have a good time.
I like those real, like, mask ass men who are like, dude, whatever, bro. And then, like, come down to it, they flip over real quick, bitch. And, like, get it, girl.
I know. And my God.
And you're going to get it. Trust.
And you're going to get it. And when you get it, it's like, oh my God. Shit, this is some good shit.
Okay, honestly, those are the best ones.
I know.
It's like opinion.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, I was looking for a daddy, but I turned out to be the daddy.
That part.
But daddy had a good time.
Those are the size queens when they're like, yeah, I'm here to top you, and then when they see your dick is bigger than theirs, they're like, oh, I'll bottom for you, and it's like, I guess, whatever.
Well, I love the ones that are that literally tell them, hey, yo, Poppy,
So how was the rest of your week? It was work related. It was, what else did you do?
I had work, and then Monday was an unusual day because the first thing I did when I woke up on Monday, I'm trying to work out some financial issues. I'm talking to people on the phone, trying to do some stuff and everything else. And in between being on hold for 25 to 30 minutes.
Oh, God.
I'm on TikTok watching videos. Because this one got me hooked on TikTok. Here's the funny thing about TikTok. And I did not tell you this. I have 3 accounts. I did not realize I had 3 accounts.
Oh my God, it got that bad?
No, here's what happened. When TikTok first came out, I signed up for an account and completely forgot about it.
Okay.
I did the same thing with Twitter, and I did the same thing with Snapchat.
Yeah.
Signed up for it.
I stopped using Snapchat long time ago.
Used it for 5 minutes, realized I'm probably not going to be here, and forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then, you and I started doing the show more and everything else, and I'm like, he's like, you need to be more comfortable in front of the camera and do all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go on TikTok because people make like little videos they do this stuff, and I kind of want to be comfortable in the camera.
She's trying to go viral. She's trying to be a star.
I'm not trying to
be that girl.
No, I'm not. I don't make enough videos for that. I have seen enough people who when their videos go viral, they put the work and effort into it.
Did you see that video of one of our local girls, one of our local trans women, who works for Pride Houston, went to Sonic?
Yes, I did.
And she had an experience at Sonic, and that video went viral as fuck, like 200,000 plus views and likes and whatnot. So she went to Sonic, ordered, and apparently it was an issue with one of the employees kind of made fun of her for being a trans girl, or
I think so. And was that the manager?
At first it was an employee, then the manager got involved. So then it turned into the manager's recording her, and then she's recording him. And then she is like, I don't see what the problem is. I don't understand why you can't be respectful of my pronouns or who I am. I am a woman, and she's like defending herself. At the same time, the manager, you can tell the manager in the video, from my understanding, from what I saw, was that he's not familiar with the trans community like that. You can tell he doesn't know the verbiage. He doesn't even know how to. I don't even think he knows what pronouns are. That's how I perceived it. So he's like, because in the video he's like, I can't tell what you are, like almost like you're an object or you're a thing. I can't tell what you are. What are you? You tell me. And she's like, I am a woman. You can't see that I'm a woman. And she's fighting for herself, and she's, as she should, standing up, defending herself. And so they're in this back and forth recording, and then so the video ended up going viral over that. And the comment section was kind of mixed. If you looked at you know how TikTok comment sections, like the comment section was kind of split in half. It was like, well, he didn't know, and he was trying to know, and you kind of attacked him. And then the other half was like, she's a trans girl, protect her. How dare he talk to her like that and whatnot. And so it was a split down the middle type thing. I see both sides of the story. I see her defending herself as a trans woman, as she should. And at the same time, I saw a manager who's having a hostile situation who pulled his phone out, and I think that was a trigger. And at the same, you could tell he wasn't educated because he wasn't trying to sound rude or mean, but it came off as that way. And he was trying to identify and he kept saying, "What are you?" And that's what bothered me. It was like, "What are you? What are you?" We're like, it's not what are you. She's not an animal. She's a person. She's a human. But you have to understand that she is a trans woman, and that's how she identifies. And that maybe if you had a little more corporate training and you realize that you might get those kind of customers, that maybe you had to be a little more sensitive to it and not necessarily make fun of it or belittle or anything of that nature.
Well, I think I want to say this. I've been thinking about this. I saw this video on Monday, of course, when Facebook was down for 6 hours. 6 hours. They were down for 6 hours.
They were down as fuck.
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook.
People
didn't know what to do.
I don't know. And it was funny because I'm like, why are people freaking out? No one's on Facebook that much.
A lot of people depend on those platforms for their own
businesses. A lot of older people and all this other stuff.
From the casual ones to the business-oriented ones. Yeah. They depend on that app.
And I get it. But for the most part, when it comes to this one little issue, the problem with that argument is when it comes to biological women, I met quite a few biological women who were quite manly. Yeah. Manly looking. And they were biological women.
Okay.
So when we get into the slippery slope of trying to determine someone's gender.
Yeah.
I think that we need to really start having a conversation about the fact that some women, sometimes just because you're born a woman doesn't mean you're going to have some of the physical.
Also,
you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so it might be confused. There have been many issues, especially when it came to bathroom bills.
So you're saying like there are some cis women out there that kind of look manly.
There
even
are,
though they're cis women, and some people confuse them as trans women.
Or confuse them as men. It's never confusing as trans women. It's always confusing them as men. And see, that's the whole argument. It's never the idea.
Did I tell you the story about how I had a regular that came into not a regular? I'm sorry, that's not. It wasn't a regular. It was a random that came to the bar. I was working, and he's sitting at my bar, and he's ordering, and at one point you can tell this. I could see his closeted ass a mile away because he was just nervous, looking around a lot, and the way he spoke was kind of nervous. And then he's talking, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, do you know where I can? Is there like a bar here where there's the men who dress like women and look like women?" And I was like, "You mean like the trans women? What is that?" And even his dumbass was like, "What is that?" Like, kind of what you're explaining, but these are the women that have the features and the looks. And it's like, yes. I want the men to look like. It's like, no, well, you can't say that. I literally had to correct him on the spot. You can't really say that. I know that you don't know the proper way of saying it, but FYI, it's called trans women. They're, and transgender women. He's
and when you think about the fact that a lot of our lesbian sisters,
and all he cared about is, where are they? And I was like, okay, well, our trans women, if you go to this specific bar, this is where they typically congregate. That's where they're known to be at. And if that's what you're looking, bitch, that motherfucker. As soon as I said they're down the street, he went, oh, okay, thank you, have a go. He ran.
And the fact that a lot of our lesbian sisters who, if they don't have like triple double D's, I mean, I have gotten confused sometimes when I look
at
a
lesbian. I can see that.
Yeah. So
you look like a lesbian.
Thank you.
I see that.
I find it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm tough. I'm bold, and I can build a house.
Okay. Out of Legos.
That's fine.
Out of blocks.
That's fine. But if I'm going to be put into the lesbian category, I can build a house.
Spell house.
House.
That's MICKU.
Okay. But the fact of the matter is that we are, because we spend so much time focusing on what is supposed to be
but
feminine on the gender scale.
But also another argument to that.
But the fact of the matter is that is not appropriate, period. Because
Agreed.
You never know how can you look at someone and tell if they're cisgendered or trans?
Yeah.
You can't, because
sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can.
But really, can you?
When they're newbies and they're slowly transitioning, they're learning, then you can tell that they're transitioning. You can see it even if you're not even aware what a trans woman is.
Maybe in the early...
And there are some that have been into it a few years and they're more refined. They got it down to science.
And the fact of the matter is that there are a lot of cisgendered heterosexual women who are manly looking.
A point that I also want to make is that regardless if you're trans, gay, bisexual, lesbian... And we are in the year that we're in. We're in 2021. We're more accepted everywhere at this point. The society is becoming more comfortable with us. We've broken a lot of barriers. But I've also noticed sometimes that we forget that outside of our neighborhoods, outside of our gay bars, when we go and act the same way we would at the gay bars, you're in their world. And that's strange to them. And sometimes we forget that. So when they act a certain way or they act kind of like standoffish to the behaviors, it's not. I'm not defending them either. I'm just giving you like the point of view. It's like sometimes we forget where we are, and we kind of got to reel it in at times. Be realistic where we are in our surroundings, sometimes it can be dangerous if you're too something in a surrounding that's not your surrounding, because somebody might look at you and they might want to beat you up.
I think maybe I haven't experienced this. And I think my journey is a little different.
Yeah.
As I have always been an openly gay man.
Yeah.
In every situation.
Yeah.
And no matter where I am an openly gay man. If you ask me, I will tell you I am an openly gay man. If you don't, I won't say anything. But if you ask me, I'm an openly gay man.
Yeah.
And being in heterosexual spaces, and I've been in heterosexual spaces for a long time. And I can guarantee you that for the most part, I don't have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
I really do not. And when I don't have a lot, it's a double-edged sword though.
It is.
When it's women and women are hitting on me or what have you, I tell them honestly who I am, and sometimes for the 90% of the time
they pick up on the vibe.
90% of the time they've either picked up on the vibe in a if we have a conversation long enough.
She gay.
If we have a conversation long enough, and sometimes that conversation could be 5 minutes or an hour, depending on my mood and what have you.
Make it clear and known.
Yeah, but I try to make it clear because I can sense the physical cues of what's happening in that moment. So I can usually go, oh,
I think she likes me.
She is liking me more than she should. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to do something to let her know that that's not going to happen. Sometimes I don't even have to openly come out. Sometimes I just have to do a little gesture.
Or dress like that and then be like, oh, yeah.
Or compliment her on her top. What straight man is complimenting another woman on her top?
That part.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and by the way, I'm old school. So these are things that I dealt with maybe prior to where we're at now. And that was the way that we survived. And that was the way that I survived in those spaces. But 90% of the time, I was an openly gay man in every heterosexual space I've been in. Sometimes it's caused some issues.
Yeah, of course. It's insecurity from other males and whatnot.
Insecurity from other males.
And that's the thing that concerns me is like when you go to the straight places, the straight environments, and it's like, I don't like experiencing insecurity from other people because I'm confident in who I am. Because I know that if any aggression is headed my way or any kind of side comments, I respond. I say something back like, who are you talking to? Oh, you got the wrong faggot. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, but I think I might have been a little spoiled at the same time because I live in Montrose, and Montrose is very open-minded.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm used to being in Montrose damn near 7 days a week, so I'm spoiled too.
When I'm in heterosexual spaces in Montrose, it's like, oh, you're gay. That's so cool. Blah, 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 blah.
You're gay.
To the
That's
point,
cool.
Sometimes to the point where it's like, oh, I could use a gay best friend.
No, bye. I hate that shit. That shit's so tacky to me.
No, I don't want to be your purse.
That part. Thank you.
I'm not looking to be
an accessory.
I have plenty of friends. Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't need to be your pet wherever I go.
I'll do it for a few
shit
hours.
Annoys the fuck out of me. Oh my god, you can be my gay best friend. Girl, stop.
Girl, stop. Yes, I could be your gay best friend for 5 minutes or an hour.
I hate it when girls like start doing that. Oh my god, you can be. Oh my god, tell me. And then they start like treating you like you're their femme gay friend. I'm like, that's not me.
But I did notice something, and this is I have noticed something, and this has been in the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
When I say that in a heterosexual space where there's men involved, and I step into that heterosexual space, I notice that the heterosexual men have suddenly been, one, very friendly, but two, also, hey, so Joel, do you think I'm like hot and this blah and blah 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 and blah? Well, you're not my type.
Okay.
But if some girl likes you, that's fine. Or will ask me advice on certain things or how to dress, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt and shorts. You really gonna ask me how to dress? You're better. Your outfit is more expensive than what I'm literally wearing. $25. You're wearing $200. Don't ask me for advice on that.
We're not in the same category, sweetie.
We are not in the same category.
We're not in the same type of couth.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's when they realize that. I think especially with heterosexual men now is the fact that now that they realize that we're kind of on equal grounds, it's a little easier to navigate. But it almost always turns to, so Joel, I just want to let you know, my God, penis isn't that big, and I'm like, why would you say that? Where did that come from?
They just want you to know. They just want you.
And I'm like, why would you tell me that?
Yeah,
because I noticed that, and maybe it's because I've been working in the service industry for a long time.
Yeah.
I guess I flirt. I do tend to flirt.
Me too. I'm so used to flirting. I'm used to flirting. That's why I tell whoever I'm talking to in the moment, and I tell them I don't like you at my bar. Like, as much as it'd be cute to have you sit at the end of the bar and watch me work, and I don't like it because I'm gonna flirt and I'm gonna have to flirt. It's part of my job, and those are my natural instincts to say something cute, be complimentary. Maybe make a dick joke here and there, and if you're nearby and you're getting all sour faced because I'm like, I don't like that.
But you know what? The funny thing is that the conversations with heterosexual men, the moment that they realize that you're gay, their dick starts to become the conversation. Hi. And I don't know why it starts to become the conversation. When I talk to other gay men,
you can come talk to me about it, Daddy.
We don't. That's not something that we talk about. No, that is not something we talk about. No, unless we're interested in each other, right? And even then, that's a later conversation.
It is,
but it's not a conversation we have in a bar or in any social situation. But I've noticed that with straight men, the moment that you say you're gay,
yeah, they
start talking about their dick, and I'm like,
you must put that energy out because I'll be telling them, yeah, I'm gay, and they're just like, I'll take it back. That part.
I think like I said, I think we just look at it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been in these spaces and I know how to navigate these spaces. Yeah. And I have talked to a lot of gay men who are like very fearful of being in straight spaces. But I've never.
I don't think it's fear. It's just more comfortness, and then just knowing that you're being looked at or treated different because you're gay, or maybe there's a sense of like, am I safe here?
But there's also a sense of you are, and this is the honest to God truth. You become the center of attention if you want to be.
If you're that girl,
if you want to,
if you're that girl who thrives on that attention.
If you want that, you can be the center of attention, and everybody thinks of you as like this.
They do.
Yeah, this you stop becoming a person. Yeah. You become this thing that everybody wants to like. Oh, it's like, oh my God, he's gay. So we should go talk to him.
Switching conversations completely opposite of this topic.
We probably need to take a break though.
You want to? You want to do a refill on the drinks and whatnot?
A refill, and I have been having to pee.
Okay.
For the last 25 minutes.
Let's do it.
And with my prostate, we can't hold it.
Back, I kind of want to talk about Rihanna's new Fenty show, Volume 3. I want Adele's coming out with an album. And then we can go from there. Oh, we kind of need to finish the conversation that we had the last time. Where we were talking about family and being out and the psychological issues. We had to remember your cousin who had the issue with his girlfriend, and we were talking about narcissism and all that.
Yeah, all that stuff. Okay. So I think we should kind of finish that conversation as well. So let's just take a little bit of a break. And I don't know how to. We usually run through when we do video and podcast at the same time. We usually just go the whole way.
Yeah.
But and then last time we took a little bit of a break, so I think we could just take a little bit of a break.
Let's do it real quick.
And by the way, he came over here too. We were talking technical issues. We had a couple of cocktails.
That part.
So yeah, we need a little bit of a break.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. And we're back.
Hey y'all.
And hey, you know what, Julio?
What?
You know what I noticed? You always ask how everybody's doing during the week.
Yeah.
But I noticed something.
What's up?
We don't hear your stories sometimes. Sometimes your stories get lost.
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes your stories get lost.
Because we get so much into our conversations. You and I are like, as soon as we get into a topic, we go from topic to topic to topic. And I don't mind. It doesn't hurt me, my feelings or anything like that. But no, I've had a good week so far. Let me see. What's today? Today's Wednesday. The weekend was good. We had a cute little solid weekend. I finally had a weekend, like my Sunday and Monday off like I normally do. Went back to work on Tuesday, and then I'm off today, and I do the podcast. So I'm back to my regular schedule programming, if you will. Other than that, just chill, nothing crazy. And my biggest focus this week was getting a green screen. Because what I want to do is do stuff for the show as far as green screen goes. Because I feel like I love to set the sign, but it's limited to an extent. And if we have a green screen, then it opens up options, and we can switch backgrounds. We can do things with it. We can just, and I'm one of those, like, I'm always thinking creatively. I'm thinking about what's the next thing. Well, how can we do it? How can we improve it? How we can make it better? Things of that nature. So that's where that was my biggest excitement. Was I literally spent the majority of my week learning about green screen and how green screen works with the app that I use to edit our videos and things of that nature.
I know. I have been spending a lot more time trying to. I'm not going to say develop a persona, because I realize I've been watching a lot of stuff that's been going on, especially on TikTok, on YouTube, and all this other stuff. Sorry, excuse me.
The burps.
Here comes the burps. Well, we've had cocktails, so what? You know how this goes.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that because I spend a lot of time outside of the camera, and I've spent the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, doing exclusively podcasts. So we've only been doing YouTube
videos for the last 10 episodes.
Yeah, for the last 10 episodes, which is about, what, 2 months maybe?
No.
Maybe a month and a half?
Month and a half.
Month and a half. So getting used to the idea of being on camera.
And we have. And we're getting there.
What to wear, what to, how to look.
What you need to wear.
Yes. Which is slowly starting to evolve. Slowly. Yeah. And I'm trying out different things because I think.
We can tell.
We
see it. There's no hiding it.
I love how you know what? Here's the thing. I love how you're such a natural at it.
Hi.
And you come in and you flow. And this is the beautiful thing. Hey, yeah, you look in the mirror and go, okay, so this is what I'm going to wear for the camera.
That part.
And I'm good.
And I show up, he's in pajamas and socks. And I'm like,
I'm in pajamas and socks. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, and you're like, girl, what you doing? And I'm like,
by the way, I always mean the best by it. I know, like I told you earlier, I wasn't trying to like insult you or judge you or
we had fun
make you feel self-conscious. If anything, I always look at it as how's it going to look on camera. And then if you look back at it 2 weeks from now, be like, why the fuck did I wear that? Why didn't you say something?
Okay, I want to make this quite clear, especially to people who listen to the show or maybe be watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't come into the comment section reading Julio for making fun of me or any of that
do
stuff.
It. Please do. Roast me. Roast me. Read me, bitch. Bring the receipts. Bring the coupons. Do what you gotta do, mamas.
Okay, please don't ask them to do that.
I encourage. I want you to.
Are you sure? Because
bitch, yes.
I want you to get red. But the fact of the matter is
because
that,
you know what? You're not that girl. So when you come for me, you're not that girl. Because I'm that girl. And you're never gonna beat this girl. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it's cute.
I just let them do it.
Okay.
I know.
I don't know where that voice comes from.
I don't know where that comes from.
I just tap into her.
You just tap into her.
I do.
At the most
and she brings out
weirdest moments.
Okay.
Which I'm like.
She brings it out of me, whoever she is. I need to name her. We need to name her.
You need to name her. I have no idea what you need to name her.
My best friend Jared calls her Publisha. Like, he's like, who the fuck she is? She just gives me a Publisha vibe. And we like, ever since then, we just run with it. We just laugh. She's like, that's Publisha talking. When I get like, wait.
Okay, you know what? I would love to see Publisha on TikTok doing something.
Oh my God, can you
on TikTok?
Imagine?
Okay, you know what? We're probably going to be, okay, first of all, let's say, you have a TikTok account.
I do.
And I have a TikTok account. You know what the funny thing is?
Show TikTok account.
I have 3 TikTok accounts, which I did not know.
I
take it back.
And why?
Okay, let me take that back. The first TikTok account I made, I completely forgot about. The second TikTok I had when I was with Charlotte Shotguns.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to do stuff, so I named it That Little Gay Talk Show.
Right.
For that. And lately I've been using that account. I have 15 different devices in this house.
Surprise.
I know. I have 15 different devices. So I'll pick up one device, and I'm JoJo Houston. I'll pick up another device, and I'm That Little Gay Talk Show. But it's Little Gay Talk Show.
And I streamlined a lot of that shit for us, because when I first came into this, I was like, give me all the social media. Let me correct it, fix it, and align it.
But then there's That Little Gay Talk Show for this show.
Yes.
Which I do not use that account because I'm not ready to use that account because we are going to be doing, I think.
Because you're not that girl.
Yeah, I'm not that girl yet. So I've been working on trying to be that girl so that when we do use that account, you're like, girl, let's do this and that and blah, 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 blah.
In a full
and I'll be like,
I love
yes, let's do that. Yes, let's do that. But sometimes Joel just wants to, share personal
she
things.
Does. She really do.
Sometimes she wants to go after other TikTokers and stalk them. Yes.
I'm not surprised by your stalker behavior. It's very on brand, if anything.
There's a couple of TikTokers out there that I've
blocked you already?
No, they haven't blocked me.
About to block you?
No, they love my compliments.
Thinking about blocking you?
They probably are.
Yeah.
They probably are. I probably went too far.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
But I need to see how.
Please tune in for more.
But don't I need to see how far I can go? Because
no.
I think it's kind of cute. But I've only done it in the comment
Your
section.
stalking obsessive behavior is kind of cute.
But I've only
and you
done
want
it
to see
in the-
how far you can take it?
I've only done it in the comment section.
Have you heard what you just said?
I've only done it in the comment section.
You're that creepy girl. You're her. You're that girl.
I'm that girl.
You're that creepy girl.
But I'm not.
Who gets blocked.
I'm not that creepy girl and like some.
You just described it. You just said it.
Girl, not it. Okay, I might make some comments or make some compliments
Or slide in some DMs. I'm sure. Have you?
No, I have not done the DMs yet.
Uh-oh.
I've stayed out of DMs. I've been in public.
He said yet. So
I've
he's
been
thought
public.
about it.
So I have made sure that I've been public so that every person in public can tell me, oh, God, you are being creepy.
You're a public personality now.
You're being creepy.
You're that girl.
But
You're seen. You're heard.
I made a comment.
You're viewed. You're watched, and you're liked.
I made a comment to one TikToker.
You've come up in
And
the
my-
social media realm.
Can I tell you this?
Are you an influencer?
Oh, Lord, you've delved into that character again.
I am Publisha right now.
You are. You've
I'm that
delved into that
girl.
character. Yes.
I always will. Always.
You have delved into the
Always.
character.
Because
I
I'm that
know.
girl.
See, oh my God, that's your character's name. That girl. You're that girl.
I've said that for a while now.
I know. But we were talking about it earlier and you were like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with that.
That girl. I'm that girl.
Oh my God.
That girl's my line. That's my catchphrase. I've noticed that. Like, I say that a lot. If it's not that part, I say that girl. So that part or that girl.
But when that voice changes and you do the...
That's my inner, like, just
That's...
no fucks given. You're going to get what you're going to get. Read. However it comes.
But I love the... I'm sorry. I love the fact that you found her. You have found her.
You have found her. You have developed her. You have turned her into the woman she didn't know she was.
But I haven't found mine yet. So I
And
need
that
to find...
sounds like a personal issue.
Are you really going to be this harsh with me?
Always.
Why are you going to be this harsh with
I'm
me?
always that harsh with you.
But you know I'm trying to find my... You have literally put me on this path to find my personal thing.
I have.
And you have already...
Where's your girl? Where's your
girl? I
where's your
don't have my girl. I don't know where she
So
is.
you're not that girl. You have not.
I've not reached it yet.
That sounds like a personal problem.
And we're going to get into some stuff
I'm sorry
here.
that I'm a little further ahead in my development than you
She's
are.
looking at her phone. We're going to get into some stuff here. But I just wanted to say that I love that girl
That girl.
that you have going on.
'Cause she's that girl.
And I've wanted to say that for quite some time. I love that girl.
As you should say it every time.
But now I'm like thinking how...
No, what
But-
you're not going to do is turn back on your opinion about me because the first opinion was right and then you question yourself and then you was doubting yourself and what you're not finna do on my time, reclaiming my time. Because there's that girl and I will reclaim that time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Period. Per. Kitty.
Yes. That's what that bitch did. That is what that bitch did. That is what she is doing.
You know what another bitch did the other day? Have you heard about that bitch, Rihanna? Did you see the Rihanna Fenty show, Volume 3, by chance? Or a snippet of it? I know there's some snippets on TikTok.
Okay,
So.
first of all,
Girl.
I only saw a little bit of Rihanna at the Met Ball, which I was not happy with.
In 2009?
No. Girl. Literally.
Oh, the most recent one with her new boo, A$AP Rocky. That's her boyfriend.
I'm not happy with that. I hope she breaks
Why
up with
not?
him.
No, they're
She
good.
doesn't need
They're
to
actually,
be with him.
dude. They're actually a good pair. They're actually a good match. And I've been a fan of A$AP Rocky.
She's a billionaire.
On
She
and
doesn't
off
need
the
him.
music stuff. Like he has a great personality. If anything, their personalities match like a motherfucker.
Which would have been cute. It maybe.
Are you still stuck on Drake?
Who?
Are you still
No.
stuck on Chris Brown?
No.
Okay, can we move forward? Can Rihanna live her life? Can she date?
I
whoever-
want Rihanna to live her life.
Yeah, and she's allowed to love somebody publicly.
Thank God. She needed to. But here's the thing.
What?
Rihanna is
don't-
Rihanna is my spiritual animal.
Where?
When she told when she
How? Y'all don't even look alike. Y'all don't even sing in the same tone. Like the fuck? How is she your spirit animal? Go ahead.
I'm being quiet.
Because you're getting red, bitch. You don't know what to
I'm
say.
being quiet because you won't let me. You won't let me
She's
talk.
your spirit animal. How, mamas? Tell me.
Because when she walked up to a reporter, and a reporter said, "So, are you here to meet a man?" and she goes, I don't need a man. Why do you keep asking me that question?
Period.
That's exactly how I'm like, this is why I love this bitch.
Oh, so
she became a billionaire by being who she wanted to be.
Period.
She can get any man she wants to.
Right.
And she is proving her shit.
And you know why, though?
Bitch better have my money.
But you know why, though? You know why she became who she is? Because she's that girl.
And by the way, it's going to be very controversial. This is why I love her more than Beyonce.
Rihanna came out with Volume 3 of the Savage Fenty show, which is her like lingerie line and her nighttime stuff, and it's beautiful. She's very inclusive. It's on Amazon Prime, just in case you want to watch it.
It's been on Amazon Prime, by the way.
I watched it as soon as I found out it came out. I went in automatically and just watched it. It was good. It was worth it. It was like a long ass music video in my opinion, but she showcased her new stuff, how it looks on different bodies. Not only did she feature like men and women of different types and colors, but she also featured, that's the alcohol slurring. She featured a few LGBTQ plus members, especially a few trans women that were on.
Can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you something right now that Rihanna has been she's the baddest bitch on the planet.
Period.
She literally changed the idea of black women and makeup.
Yes.
She gave black women
not only that, but
the full scope.
And I'm noticing even in the high fashion world, any kind of fashion runway, any kind of just fashion world in general, they're becoming more accepting now. They're breaking those, like, you have to be this particular look, this particular skin color. Like, now you're seeing a lot more ethnicity, diversity, equality all across the board in shows. And I saw one, for example, I think it was Balmain did a 30-year anniversary, 20-year, or no, not 20. I think it was his birthday or it was the anniversary of Balmain, and he, Olivier, who is the director, the fashion director, the house brand, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Can I say this?
What?
I don't know a lot about fashion.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
I do. I like watching a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
You do.
When it comes to the creators, interviews with them. So
you nerd out when it comes to fashion.
A little bit. So Olivier is the guy behind Balmain at the moment. And so he recently had like an anniversary. I can't remember if it was like a 30-year, 20-year, something like that, but he pretty much did a show, and he brought the top of the line models, top of the line. He featured a lot of things that he wanted to feature on there. And one thing he included in his show was, and he's always been about it because he himself is a person of color. So he has always been about showing the girls, the dark skinned girls, the light skinned girls, the white girls, the brown girls. So he shows a lot of ethnicity and diversity in his shows. In his last show, he actually featured a full size model in one of his shows. And that's starting to become a normal thing now in fashion, where they're showing full figure girls walking down the runway because they want people to see what they will look like in their clothes. Because
full figure girls want fashion.
Yes,
they crave it. I'm sorry, if I were a designer,
don't be sorry, Joe.
A designer and a business person, and there's a market for big girls.
Yeah.
Who want?
There's always been a market for the big girls.
But have you seen Lane Bryant? Have you seen the market for big girls?
That's a specific suburban market.
God.
That's a specific crowd. Girl, there's some stores that specifically only cater to certain people, certain looks, certain
As someone who's been skinny for a long time, and
until recently,
and even then, it's not even that big.
Tell us about your struggle about being
there's no struggle
about being a bigger girl now.
There's no struggle.
Not yet. Nothing.
I know what you're doing here.
Nothing has surfaced.
This is so TikTok. I know what you're doing.
No,
I'm not trying to
feed into it.
I don't want to feed into it.
Girl,
I know what you do.
Tell us about your journey.
There's no journey.
There's
actually no journey, and I apologize. You have literally been. I apologize.
Why are you
apologizing? I apologize.
Why are you apologizing?
Because there is no journey. I don't know what it's like to be a certain type of body type
until now.
So I should not be making that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that for me, learning how to use or learning how to recognize who I am where I am
Yeah.
when it comes to my body and
Yes.
everything else, that it's okay to go, you know what?
Oh, I've gotten to that point too.
Yeah.
Even myself. The older I get, the more I was like, you know what? This
I
is
don't,
my body.
I don't fit into
accept it.
this. I don't.
No, and it happens. The older we get, we just start accepting our bodies for who they are, what they do, and what works for us and what doesn't, and we become more realistic with it.
Yeah, we do.
And we stop putting pressure on ourselves to look or fit into a certain mold or whatever. I've gotten to a point where I'm more relaxed and more comfortable with it.
And with me, I was forced to
Yeah.
simply because, with health issues, my blood pressure got too high, my cholesterol level got too high. And once I decided that I had to take care of those issues,
Of course.
I realized that the things that I was
And
not able to.
I'm always being funny with you, by the way, so don't take it personal. And if you do, you can go fuck yourself, Joe. First of all. Second of all, what you're not going to do is... See, there she is.
I know.
But yeah, I'm just joking with you, so...
You never should worry about that, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, in that
Why do you
case...
worry about that?
In that case, Joe, I've been meaning to talk to you about your body and how there's no positivity. And...
That's because he's secretly.
I kind of curiously wonder sometimes what our listeners think, like when they
I
hear me
know.
throw the shade at you. And shit.
I know.
Like,
That's you know what I worry about that too. I wonder or worry because sometimes I will look online to see what just to make sure people aren't going.
One day these comments will catch up with me. I already know.
No, I don't want that to happen simply because we are two people who love the show and do everything else.
That part. Yep.
And we make fun of each other a little
As
bit.
we should.
And we're a little cutesy with each other. And by the way, I don't see what I do to him behind the scenes. He gets revenge on me.
I do.
Because I say I sexually harass the fuck out of this guy.
He does. To the
Sometimes.
point where I've threatened him with a hammer.
He didn't threaten me with a hammer. He offered satisfaction with a hammer.
Bye. Bye. I'm comfortable. And this is the end
He's
of the
like,
show.
Joel, I'm going to use this hammer on you while he's looking at my penis. And I'm like,
I turned the other way completely. I was like,
so
I even
that's,
closed my eyes. I was like, I will use this hammer on
how
you.
is that? Really?
So, switching conversations to a whole new topic.
So, by the way, audience, this is how I get back at him. This is how I get back at him.
What we're not going to do is pull all these stunts on me and try to make me feel a way that I've never felt before because you're not that girl.
Which is hot. He's felt to me.
No, I have not.
He's felt to me.
No, she has not. No. I don't know what
So, by the way,
I don't know what on-screen energy there is.
So, in the comments, if you feel like that Julio is like insulting me or doing anything else, don't
roast
worry.
me. Please roast me. Let me have it. Tell
He-
me I ain't shit. Boo me in the comments. Bitch, y'all ain't shit. How about that?
He roasts me, but I get him back. So don't worry.
Come through, girls. Come through with the read and the shade. Because you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Until I take that hat off. And then it's on. See that look? I know how to get him back. So don't worry.
So, did you hear about Adele's new album coming out?
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Drastically switching conversations.
Drastically. Let me say this again. Drastically.
You ain't shit, first of all.
You ain't shit. You ain't never going to be shit. And that's all there is to it.
And I'm glad you recognize that, babe.
But we're talking about Adele.
Sweetie, accepting it is the first step, Joe.
That's for you, not for me. Why are you talking to me?
By the way, legit switching conversations real quick. So Adele has been slowly dropping promo for her new album, 30, titled 30.
Is she turning 30?
I believe she is. And so what's happening throughout several major cities throughout the world is that they're projecting the number 30 on certain buildings. And everybody knows that that's her next album. So, ready or not,
Okay.
Adele, here I come.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
Really cute.
Do it.
Adele, Beyonce, and Rihanna are coming out with albums soon. And
Adele, yes.
It was said.
Beyonce, she just drops whenever.
Yeah,
and then Rihanna has been like, yeah, I'm dropping an album. But she's been saying that since like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There was one artist.
And she doesn't really need to drop an album at this point.
Exactly. But
she's living off of Fenty real well.
There was one artist who said, can you guys please not drop an album the same month I'm trying to do my thing?
Ooh, who said that?
I cannot say.
Girl, spill the beans. Who the fuck is it?
I saw it on TikTok and I do not
Ooh.
remember. I think it was. I'm trying to remember who it was.
There's no upcoming Beyonce right now that she should feel threatened. Beyonce does not feel threatened by anybody at this point.
Did you not see the new commercial for Beyonce's whatever is going on? I just saw a commercial. Beyonce and
actually, I take that back. The only person right now that can become that is close to a Beyonce level and or status, but not there yet, Doja Cat. Because I've seen her everywhere at every major.
No, Doja Cat and the rest of these girls have been having their summer. They've been having their summer, and they had a good time.
And they're going to continue. Doja Cat is practically the biggest artist in the world right now.
Yes, but they've had their summer.
And they have the fall and the winter.
Yeah, but fall and winter is going to be the big three. It's Adele. It's Beyonce.
But Adele is like an occasion. I call Adele like an occasion artist. She drops an album every 2-3 years, and then when she does drop them, it becomes iconic because it resonates with people. She sings about things we care about. Beyonce lately is almost the same way. Like every 2 years.
Can I ask you a question? Which album do you think would be the most disappointing?
From who?
From the three artists that we named.
Adele, Beyonce,
and Rihanna.
Adele, Beyonce, or Rihanna? Honestly, Beyonce brings visuals. She brings new sounds, and she executes. So Beyonce is going to knock it out the ballpark. Adele comes in with her thing is more promotional related. Her albums are more promotional driven. She always comes out with ballads, but she did say that for her 30 album, she's going to be more upbeat and more. And she's single now. She lost weight. She's skinny now. She's a whole new girl, literally. So I'm curious to see.
A big girl.
We all did and do, but now she's skinny. So we got to see what her new skinny energy is. And then you have Rihanna, who's always been a chart topper. Rihanna just knows how to bring pop singles. So Rihanna knows how to ride the pop wave. She knows how to be a pop artist in that moment, whatever the culture needs, as long as being original, but at the same time being within the sound of the times. So I think all three, honestly, will knock it out the ballpark in their own way.
Yes, but which one do you think will be the one?
None of them. Because they're all going to bring their thing to the stage. And they're three different sounds. They're three different women. Adele stands on her own. She's a singer. She's got vocal range. She's got ballads. And then you have Rihanna as a pop artist, who's also now a billionaire entrepreneur woman, and you have Beyonce, who's also a billionaire, along with her husband and a mother. So there's perspectives. There's a little bit across the board. You got single girl Rihanna vibes. You have single girl Adele vibes, and then you have Beyonce, mama, still rocks the world, still fierce. Beyonce is iconic no matter what.
Well, I'm going to be honest here, and I'm going to say this on camera so that everybody can see this.
Here we go.
Okay, first of all, the album that I would be looking forward to the most is probably Adele, and that is the honest to God truth.
We all are.
When it comes to Rihanna and Beyonce, I'm torn because Rihanna, for the last few years, she's been building her Fenty empire. She's been building her business.
Right.
The idea of her wanting to make music,
and she doesn't even really seem like she's pushing towards like.
I don't think that she really.
I don't get that sense of like, I gotta come out with, because she's not depending on album sales anymore.
I don't think she's
a billionaire
really
off her clothing line and off her products and things.
Which, by the way, could work in her advantage because it could give her more creative freedom.
It does,
to be able to make the music.
Because she has nothing to lose now.
She has nothing to lose.
If the record doesn't do shit, she'll be okay with it.
And when it comes to Beyonce, I feel like, and I can't believe I'm going to say this on camera and on the podcast. And I think I've said it on the podcast several times, but I'm going to say it on camera.
Beehive, I just want to say that Joel's opinions are his and his own.
Exactly.
They do not reflect mine. So whatever he says next, it's on him. Please don't come for me. Come for him.
That is the disclaimer that I'm glad that you said.
For real.
I'm not really, honestly, I'm not really looking forward to her next.
What? How?
I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Beyonce brings it.
I just think that she's gonna. I feel like she's gonna bring it, but it's not something that I'm looking. That I'm like, oh my god, I'm waiting for the next. Honestly, I'm just not in that mood where it's like, oh, Beyonce's gonna come out with a new. Honestly, I'm more interested in what Rihanna's gonna come out with.
Okay, I can see that.
And when it comes to Beyonce is gonna put something out,
and I'm ready for all three.
And it's probably going to do well, most likely, because it is going to do well. It's just like Beyonce and BTS are the same thing. You're going to like it, and everybody in the world is going to like it, and that's it. But when it comes to something that's really going to be good, I feel like I'm more don't get me wrong, Adele, and I said that earlier. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Adele's new album. If it's not so, hopefully she's gotten over her breakups.
Please and thank you.
Which, by the way, have been the best songs.
The last album was the straw for me. I was
know. But you have to admit, if you were going through a breakup, if you were feeling bad about yourself,
her songs will get you through them.
Her songs will get you through them.
Some of her songs got me through some of my bullshit.
They will get you through where they need to get you through.
She hit it on the nail.
But there was one song on the album that I really loved, and I hoped, I just went, you know what? It's dancey, but at the same time, it's powerful. And it was Rumors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was her just dancing around. Rumor has it. Just doing her thing. And I was like, oh my God, yes, girl. Yes, do your thing. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I want more of that. And less of the, oh my God, he left me, and I feel bad, and I want to write this song.
Oh, the vulnerable bitch bullshit.
Yeah. I want strong woman.
You want the empowered Adele.
You know what? I don't,
and that's what we're gonna get at 30.
I don't want the words empowered. I'm so tired. Ooh. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of the
women's empowerment. Then?
I am so tired of the word empowerment when it comes to women.
Once
it's
again,
ridiculous.
His opinions reflect his own, not mine.
It's ridiculous. I just want an Adele who has reached a point where she now is comfortable in the career to 30, do her
that's
thing.
The album.
And
I swear, Adele,
do not want to use
some
empowerment.
More fucking ballads and sappy shit, girl, I'm done with you. Done. Because your last album had me like teeter-tottering at like,
Girl, I had to went to therapy after her last album, and I worked out a lot of my issues.
You sure did.
She did tell you how to work out your issues in her last album, and I hope a lot of her fans understand this. Get some therapy.
Okay. Period.
But I hope that I really want some fun. I want her to have fun.
Agreed.
Because she deserves to have fun.
I agree. She should. She's young. She's skinny now.
But of the three albums, like I said, I don't really care about Beyonce's album. I know it's going to do well. I just don't think that it's something that I'm going to be excited about. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's still going to do well. I'm not saying it's not going to do well.
I can't wait till that shit drops and then you have a whole different ass opinion.
No, I thought I would have Lemonade. I thought I would be super excited about.
Lemonade was a good album.
And it was a good album, but
still is.
I listened to most of the album, and I have to say that
you can't relate to her, can you?
I had some issues, but that's another show, and we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
But I'm actually more looking forward to Rihanna's album, just to see what kind of artist she's going to be now that she's a billionaire.
Okay.
So I'm more looking forward to hers.
Yeah.
Than Beyonce's. But I already know Adele's going to do good. Yeah. I think Adele's album, I'm like you said,
we're both going to be pop music regardless. Like that's all she's come out with. She's a pop artist. Like she just whatever's popular, whatever the sound is. Like I said,
I'm not super excited because I know Beyonce's going to do Beyonce.
Of course.
And
Beyonce does her own shit.
And like I said, even with Lemonade,
and when she does her own shit, she makes it popular.
Yeah, she makes it popular. Even with Lemonade, which everybody says is the most groundbreaking album she ever made. I don't think it was the most groundbreaking album she ever made. It feels like.
Did you watch any of the videos?
Yes, I did. Did
you watch the documentary?
Yes, I watched the Disney one
for a whole different album.
Mm-hmm. Brown Skin. Amazing video.
for a whole separate album. That wasn't even that album you're referring to.
No, it's not even that album. But I watched the video
The Disney one was amazing.
It was.
I don't know the name of it, but I know
Brown Skin.
No, that was one of the songs in the album, Brown Skin Girl, which Blue Ivy won a Grammy for. The youngest
she did.
winning toddler. I don't know what the fuck you call it.
Oh my God.
But so by the way, you're talking about two different albums. First of all, the one where she had the yellow dress, she was
Lemonade.
That's Lemonade, where she was upset at JC for being a cheater and this and that, and she just took it out of her rage out,
and then she took it back.
So then, after that album was the Lion King soundtrack. That's what it was. And then she came out with a lot of very Afro-driven culture pop sounds, and which was still a good album.
I know
and it was underappreciated in my opinion, because some of the songs on there were good.
They were. And by the way, the Lion King, yes, that was very good. But Lemonade, that was a story of a woman trying to be self-empowering.
She's always been that.
Telling every other woman to be self-empowering while going back to a cheating man.
But she's done that even before Lemonade, even before The Lion King. She's done that in her other albums. She's always been women-driven. She's always been...
Yes, while still going back to a cheating man.
Throughout a lot of her... Girl, you're the one to talk.
I'm not...
If anything, you and Beyonce have been in the same boat.
I'm not married. I'm not married to Jay-Z.
You didn't have to be.
And I'm not, but I'm just saying.
You were still involved. And you still went
in what way? Am I sleeping with Jay-Z?
Sure. And here we are still doing this podcast.
I know.
You must not be doing something right.
I know.
I'm mad at you.
And we're still doing this
sleeping with Jay-Z, and we're still here in this platform. Girl, please. If I was sleeping with Jay-Z and I'm still in this platform. You would be that girl.
I would be dead because she would have me killed.
She would execute it.
She would, and I would no longer exist. I can guarantee you, she would have my whole entire history.
Oh my!
Erased.
That part.
Erased.
That part.
Because she's from Houston. I live in Houston, and no one would ever know about that again.
She's got connects in Houston,
and she would tell you, "Hey, he doesn't exist. This is your show, and if you bring him up again." Ooh. You'll be dead too.
I'm gonna have your head on the table for dinner. That part. Girl.
We'll have a few minutes left, girl. What are we gonna talk about?
No, I don't know. I think we've had a good show so far.
We've had a fantastic show.
Hell yeah.
We've had a fantastic show.
So we're doing next week. We're gonna do one out of the Out and Proud Live studio.
Yes, we're doing that.
And then after that, so we have a new formula where we're doing 3 shows in a row, 1 off. So next week we're doing 1 more show, and then after that we'll have a week off, and then we'll come back again and do the same thing.
Easton's going to be on the show. I think he's bringing a friend with him as well.
I think so. So next week we're doing Easton's. We're going to be at the Out and Proud studio recording a session there, and he's going to try new angles with us, different cameras, new equipment, things of that nature. So we're excited for that. And then after Easton's show, we'll take a break, and then coming back from the break, we're going to try to incorporate some more green screen stuff and, build up. That way we can bring a different quality, different look, different vibe, different aesthetic.
We'll probably figure out if we're going to have a guest on that next show. If we're not,
yeah, that part.
We might have a guest. We might not. We'll let you know.
Yes.
But for the most part, yes. We are going to be doing Out and Proud Live at their studios.
Yes.
Doing a show next week.
Yes.
Easton's going to be on the show.
I saw him on Monday when I was hanging out. Oh, at the bars, yeah.
I also saw him on. I went to Georgia's with my friend who had been out of town for like several months, and he's like, "Joel, come hang out with me." And I'm like, "No, that's not Monday. It was Sunday. I'm sorry. Come hang out with me." So I ran into him there, but. Yeah, we're going to be doing that, and that's going to be fun. And we're going to talk about. It'll be the weekend after, but we're going to have a little bit of pride talk.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
Cute.
Because he knows some stuff that's going on behind the scenes.
The tea, and there's plenty of tea and shade.
Oh my God, I'm not going to say much.
Oh girl, I know some of it. Already before the show has even started.
I think it's going to be a round table of people talking about some of the... I can't wait to hear it.
There's a lot of upset people in the neighborhood. I'm going to say that much.
I'm going to be honest. You probably won't hear my voice that much in the show because I cannot wait to hear the 3 of you guys really get into the tea about it. So I'll introduce the show. I'll probably talk in the middle of it somewhere, but for the most part, you're going to listen to.
Okay.
You're going to listen to a couple of people talk about what the tea is because there has been some tea.
Yeah.
When it comes to it, so I think we're done.
We are.
We're done.
We've had a good show. That was a good, cute little show.
It was a cute. I love what we have. I love
one-on-ones. Yeah.
One-on-ones because one, we talk about a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Two, we get super drunk beforehand.
Hello.
Well, not super drunk.
I did. I got a little tipsy around this show. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be able to drive home?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do I need to call you an Uber?
No, you're good.
You're going to be okay?
I'll be okay.
Okay. Well, luckily,
you know why? Because I'm that girl.
And we're going to work on that character. I think that's your character.
Girl.
I think that's your character for TikTok.
We don't have to work on her. She's already been worked on.
She's already been working on.
She's that girl.
I cannot wait. You know, once we get the green screen up.
Period.
For TikTok. Oh, my God.
That's going to be cute.
I think that's going to be cute.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned. We're going to make changes to the set and the design. So
we're going to have to shave your beard for that.
Fuck that.
I'm kidding.
Girl, I've turned down jobs for... how do you feel? Literally... I have turned down a job before because they're like, how attached are you to your facial hair? And I was like, very. I've had it since damn near high school, and I'm 35.
Have you really?
Fuck yeah.
So no one has ever seen you without a beard?
Rarely have people see me with a baby face. One time I fucked up my beard by accident, so I had to trim it. And even then, I felt weird. I got carded everywhere that week, and I was just like, oh.
You know, I have to say this, and if you don't know... You need, if you are out and about, especially at JR's or what have you in Houston, come see Julio.
Hey.
Julio, what days of the week you work?
I'm there Tuesday. I'm there. I usually work all the night shifts, typically 8 till 2 a.m. or 9 till 2. But I'm there Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. And, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Look for him on Facebook because he will usually post when he's working at the bar. He will post what bar he's working at.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. He does a lot of self-promotion when it comes to...
and you kind of have to. It comes to the territory.
Yeah, exactly. So you can always stop in and see Julio on certain nights of the week. And if you have show ideas, if you have any of that stuff, just don't bombard him, though, because he's busy. He's a bartender.
Yeah, if I'm busy, don't try to have a full conversation with me because I won't give you the proper time. If there's a chill night, it's nothing but let's talk. Yeah, exactly. I'm all up for it.
Let's
because
talk.
What happens if I'm busy is I'm between customers back and forth, and I won't have a time to finish a full conversation with you.
And I'm going to be honest, you could probably, most likely, you will always get a hold of me either on TikTok,
Pornhub,
and Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Because you can get a hold of me that way. And we can talk. And if you have stuff you want to talk about, if you want to be on the show. And by the way, I've had a lot of people come to me through those methods.
Good.
So, you could also find me on Growler. But when you're coming to me on Growler, make sure you're coming at me with, "Hey, I like your show, and I have something to talk about." Or
here's my dick pic.
Do not send me a dick pic.
Here's my butthole pic.
No, butthole pics are the worst. Are they not the worst?
They're just trying to offer you the goods, Joel.
Okay, I want to get to know you face to face. I don't want to.
So you want a frontal pic first and then a back pic?
I don't want the rosebud to be the center of who you are.
She's stretched and ready for you to just come in and do your thing.
All right, I don't know if you're complimenting me on how big my penis is or what have you, or
no.
Because I really don't want to.
So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been an amazing fucking show.
Yes, because he got wet thinking about my penis for
Never
just a second.
Dry, if anything.
Just a second.
Desert dry.
Even though we're both
sand desert dry.
Kind of tops.
Arizona.
Are we both kind of tops?
Yeah, we are tops.
We are tops.
You're more versatile than I am.
I am a little bit more versatile, so I can.
I can be versatile if need be,
but. Can I ask you a question when it comes to that? And it's
thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a phenomenal fucking show. It's been great. We will discuss this at another time when I'm maybe a little more drunker. But until then, peace out. Have a good night. Y'all be careful. Be safe. Don't get in trouble. Don't do drugs. Do poppers.
He's going to do all that stuff by the time he leaves here.
Be that girl, because I'm that girl. Period.
I'm just going to lay on the couch and watch TV.